Hey everybody, it's Mr. Gardner, and I want to show you today uh, kind of a recap of what we've been practicing with regard to Google Earth projects. You recently got your instruction sheet for that, and everything on there is something that we've already looked at, but I wanted to put together a video for you in case you were having some trouble. So remember, after you launch Earth, you'll come over to the Projects tab, and you will see projects that you have going. And I have a few different ones going at this time. If you haven't started one yet, you'll come up to New Project and hit Create. And now you're ready to start. Once you've cleared your topic with me and you've done some initial research, it's time for you to start putting your project together. Now, for my sample one, I need to give it a title. And I'm going to stick with the national parks. I love them. So this is going to be National Parks Part 2. And I'm going to add my description. Now, I will be going through this much quicker than I would if I were creating a project for class. This is more just to show you some of the ins and outs. So when I crank a description out here in 10 seconds, keep in mind that I expect you to spend a lot more time on that. But again, this is just for time's sake. So I'm just going to put, I plan to continue my journey across the U.S. looking at the beauty and magic of the U.S. national parks. Again, I would spend more time on that. I would make it longer. I would make sure I use nice language, good adjectives, good adverbs, and make it a really great attention getter. That's the purpose of this. Okay, now you're ready to add some features to your project. So to do that, you would click New Feature, and it's time to add things. The first drop down that comes down is Search. So when I click that, I'm ready to do my search of national parks. So, at this point, you need to keep in mind that it's important to do some research before you start the actual project. So have some notes down so you're ready to go. Once you get started on the actual creation part. I'm going to do, I know we did Everglades in the last project, but I took it out before I got to do much with it. So I'm going to type in the Everglades, and here it is. It'll generally come up before I even type it all out. But I'm going to go to the Everglades National Park, and here we go. I love that part, that zooming up and down. Now remember, it's not in my project yet. It's on my map, but not in my project. So to get that into my project, I come over to the Add the Project button and I click that. Make sure the title is what I want. Make sure it's in the right project. See, I've got lots of projects going right now, so I need to make sure it's in the right one. And there it is. And then I save it. Now it's in my project. How cool is that? And there we are. Remember that Google Earth gives you information, but since it's your project, you need to remove that and start from scratch. So come over to the place, hit the edit feature, then you're able to replace what Google's put in. So go ahead and press that. Now you have a blank canvas to begin work on. This is the section, again, where you can add pictures and videos. So I'm going to go ahead and do a search for the Everglades National Park. Now for my project, again, I'm going to continue what theme I was using for the first one that we did together. I'm looking for the beauty of the parks. I am looking for tourism, and I'm looking for the wildlife. So I would spend a good amount of time looking through all these options of pictures. So I see one here with some wildlife. I see one here with some wildlife. So when I find the one I want, I hover over it and I click it and then I hit select. And now it's in my project. I'd like to add a picture that just has the beauty of the park. I've got wildlife, so I want tourism and beauty now. Those are the three things that I'm searching for. I would love to do this. This is going to be my tourism picture. I can't remember what that kind of boat is called, but I would love to ride on one of those in a swampy, marshy area. So I've got wildlife, I've got some tourism. Now I want to find a picture that shows the beauty. And there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures to pick from. So again, don't rush your picture part of this. Take your time. Find the pictures that just work best for you. Oh, I see so many it's difficult to pick. Well, I think I'm going to go with one that I saw up here a little bit further. Right here. I think that's a beautiful shot, so I'm going to add that in. So I hover over it, click, and select it. And now it's there. So I'm going to do a quick preview of my presentation. And as I can see, I've got some nice pictures going. But I don't have any text yet, and I don't have any video clips. So I need to head back and do that. The title's there, I'm going to keep that. Now, the text is where you include critical information about your project and this aspect of it. So for mine, I might say the Everglades showcases beauty through nature all the day and wildlife. I would get into maybe when it was founded. I would get into possibly the geography of the area, what kinds of plants and animals grow and live in this national park, what kinds of things can tourists do at this park. So I'm going to include key information about the Everglades in this section. Now remember, if you want to add a video clip, do that. You can go to YouTube right here and search. I could do a general search like that, or I could even, make it a little more specific and search for wildlife and go from there. Now, remember, it's important for you to preview your videos before you put that in for sure. So, after you find a video that you like, you can select it and put it in your feature, and there it is. So let's do a quick preview. All right, I've got my pictures. I've got my description going. I would add more to that. Got some great pictures. I've got a video clip, so if I want to play that or the viewer does, the link is right there.
It has been called a river of grass. A picture of endless marsh ruled by gators and birds.
So there's the clip.
And that's what most...
So a good start so far on the Everglades. But there are more things that we can do, right? We can change this writing if we'd like to. We can make it bold. We can italicize. We can do different things with the fonts as well. Our information box can be a different size if we'd like it. So let's keep it a small box. Let's go large box and see what we think. And we'll change the writing a little bit. Then I'm going to come up and preview. And that looks good, but you know what? I think I like the smaller box better. So I'm going to go back again and I'm going to change it back to small box. And then I'm going to give it another look. I do like that better. But that's your call. That's part of you customizing your project. Now, remember these things, right? Called place marks. Place marks. And Google Earth Projects has so many that you can pick from. They give you some here in the box, but remember if you come over here and you go to see more icons, there are literally thousands of different icons that you can use. And when you hover over them, it tells you what they are. It also has a filter. So if you want to search for, say, swamp, you can give that a try and you may or may not find one. And I didn't see one for swamp, so I need to find something else. Marsh. Nope, no good there. National park. Still nothing. I would need to keep going until I find something that makes sense. Maybe Florida. Nothing there. Water. I've got a few different ones with water. If I want to use those, I could. So that's up to you to decide what you want to go with. For today, I'll just go with the star. But again, try to personalize these as much as you can. Remember too, you can change the color of your place marks. They have some default colors, and notice the color change. You can play around with that till you find the color that you want. They also have a custom colors where you can literally, you've got millions of choices of colors. Every time this changes up here, that's a new color. So, find what you like, hit done, and then it's customized. Really cool stuff. I love that feature. Then you can also come in and work with this text. You can change the colors of the label text if you'd like. And you can also change the size. I'm going to go extra large because I really want my parks to pop from my map. I'm going to zoom out and take a look at how that looks from far above. Yeah, I really want that Everglades National Park. I want that wording to really stand out from a tall view. I'm going to zoom back in. I urge you to continually go back to preview presentation so that you can see what you've got done so far and keep notes on what you need to do. So I've got one slide so far, one place, I should say, and I have 3 awesome pictures. I have a video clip. I have a little bit of a description. I have it place marked, and I've got that styled and custom to how I want it. Those are the things that I want to see in your project. You need to have at least 5 stops on your story. You need to have at least 1 picture and 1 description for each stop. You need to have somewhere in your project 2 video clips. And I want to see some customization, some personalizing of your place marks and your label with different symbols and colors. That's what I'm looking for in your project. Now, Google Earth Projects has so much more to offer. We stopped there. When we revisit later, I'll be asking you to do additional things, but this is where we're at right now. So, I would need to add another place and continue doing the same thing. So if I want to add a second feature, new feature, search, and go ahead, and type it in. I want to do the Rocky Mountains, type that in. Hawaii Volcano National Park, Acadia, there are so many national parks I could pick from. That's the route that I would take. All right. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I can talk with you through email. You can visit my office hours from 2 to 3. I can talk with you in class. Whatever you need to do, if you have questions on it, I am here to help. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I'm really excited. So go to it and get creative. Thanks.